teams can fill their days, even though they can't meet with players. They can talk to every prospect if they want to, unlimited number, 3 times a week, up to 1 hour per time. And Mike Reiss of ESPN.com reported over the weekend that the Patriots have devoted some of their allotted time to talking with Florida International quarterback James Morgan, a Green Bay native who models his game after Brett Favre. His highlights look good. Of course, that's why they call them highlights. I mean, they're always going to look good. It's the lowlights that teams need to be concerned about. But what's your thought on the possibility of the Patriots adding a guy like James Morgan to a depth chart that currently, for now, because they got rid of Cody Kessler recently, it's just Brian Hoyer with Jarrett Stidham, presumably the starter?
This would be their type of guy, Mike. I mean, this is a guy that when I did my quarterback rankings on my podcast, when people wanted to know who was some other guys that jumped out to me right outside of the top 5, James Morgan is one of those guys. You know, him and this kid named Jake Luton from Oregon State are the 2 guys that I would say are 6, 7 on my board as far as quarterbacks. I know everyone wants to talk about Jalen Hurts and Jake Fromm and everything. Like, Jalen Hurts is 3 years away from being a quarterback in the NFL. There's no way you could draft him in the 2nd round to be a quarterback. All right. You know, he's a weapon. He's going to be a project. He's way too raw and inconsistent as a thrower. The Patriots like these type of guys. Remember, Mike, this is a team, they believe in guys that can really throw the football. They do. That's why they drafted Ryan Mallett and the Drew Bledsoes of the world and the Tom Brady's and Rohan Davey. Okay. And of course, Jimmy Garoppolo and Jacoby Brissett. They believe in that big traditional pocket passer. Morgan's a good athlete, Mike, and can really throw the football. He really can. He is a talented thrower and can do it all as far as throw with power, touch, whatever it may be. But he certainly would fit the mold as the type of quarterback they would look at. I hear a lot of people on TV going, oh, I think they might look at Jake Fromm. No, Jake Fromm's not a New England guy. There's no way. His arm is just not top tier enough for him to go up to New England and Bill Belichick to be able to ask him to do some of those things and throw in those elements. James Morgan, on the other hand, is a guy I go, ooh, he has a chance to maybe be a really good starter in the NFL at some point in his career. And that's, to me, the guy you take a shot on, you know, in the mid rounds of the draft.
How hard is it to watch the film of a guy who played against far lesser competition and project that to the next level? I guess if it comes down to arm strength, that's transferable regardless of what the quality of the defense is.
That's right. You know, again, you got to evaluate the player. And, yeah, you got to see what's around him and everything like that. But, hey, a tight throw into a tight window is tight no matter if you're in the SEC or in some, you know, Division III football game, right, Mike? Can he get it in there? Can he fit it in with accuracy, whatever it may be? So it's a little different for a quarterback that way. His skills and his arm jump off the screen. I mean, you saw some of the highlights, and I saw your text yesterday that you were impressed. Yes, there's a lot of throws like that, you know, when you evaluate him. And I don't. You know, hey, Joe Flacco, I could see the talent at Delaware right away. Jimmy Garoppolo, you could see it there, even though it was small football. So the talent is there for this kid to be something.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.